start the stream. Yes. All right, we're live.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome everyone. It's been a while, but it's been time to take up the coding thing again, and we're going to finish our rock paper scissors. I think for the fourth round for Advent of Code. I think is where we're starting.
Yeah, we're gonna knock it out of the park.
All right,
It's gonna be crazy.
let's jump into it. So, reviewing the discovery tree.
Yeah.
So we see if we can remember where we were at. It looks like we were working on scoring one round and calculating all of one round, and then looking at how we take in multiple rounds would be next.
Yes. If I remember correctly, um, yeah, we basically had to do some like, how do we get the big list of input and then convert it to our domain structure?
Hmm.
And that's where I think taking in the multiple rounds is part of that. But let's see, yeah, code wise, if that memory is correct.
All right, so let's look at the code here. If we look at our tests, we had our strategy guide where we score one round of A and Y, and we get the total score of 8 and 1. And I believe we took these scores off of the actual Advent of Code results. And it looks like we kind of have this strategy guide taking in a double string array or two-dimensional array. That is
And we're just
theoretically
doing
our
the
scores.
first round. Got it.
Yes. Yep.
First round is 0, and then we're taking in these. Okay, yeah, because that's what the advent of code problem is giving us is a list of lists, and that's kind of yeah. At some point, we got to convert that.
Yep. And I think this two round is what our conversion does, if I remember correctly. It creates a round object, yeah. So it takes in the A, Y, dx things. So
Oh yeah, and it's text, so that's fun. We'll have to convert that too.
I think we already have that. Yeah, we already have
Yeah.
our maps.
Oh, like it's one giant string is what I was getting at, but that's easy. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. I mean, we're just doing, I can already see from line 8 and 9 that we're, coupled to the first round. So sounds like the thing to do.
All right. So we want to just write a test for it
Yeah. Score
for
singer.
a whole game
Yeah.
or
And
a
why not,
multiple
to
rounds.
maybe to make it simple, why don't you just copy like 9 is AY, which is 8. We could just do the same thing. And then it's like AY, so it's 16. Just so we don't have to think.
I think that's what you asked for.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's good because we don't really care about what the game is at that point in time. Yep, love it.
And I already broke the cardinal rule of we didn't run the tests. Or did I run the tests? Because I do see it
You
already
did run
sitting
the
up.
test and it failed, and then you just did a quick automated refactor, which I was okay with. Okay, so now we
And
can.
I misspelled multiple.
That's okay. If I was, I can't spell anything.
All right. Do you want to take over? It's a failing test, man. We don't
Yeah, yeah. Let's do
do
it.
ping pong here.
Yeah. So, let's. So I could do as simple as possible, or I could just go and do it. So I think there's one refactor that I kind of want to do to maybe show the pattern a little bit easier, which is if I extract. I know the shortcut. Extract variable to occurrences, and we'll say, is that a
Round?
round?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it
a
is a
round.
round. Okay. At this point now, we see that how we get the round is one thing, but once you get the round, it's just the same code. So we could just do let's just do
So
the
for
second.
each.
Yeah, we can do 4H, but then it's like we have to summate all the values at the end. But we can just do a regular 4H first. or 4 of, I think. Round. Bam. Bye-bye. And then here, instead of returning, we're going to say const total score equals 0. Or total score plus equals, what am I doing? And then this has to be a let then, sorry. Return, no, not return this, return total score.
And then our input becomes this dot guide.
Yes. I don't know why. All right, and that should work. Cool. Nice. All right. I think we can commit there real quick. So strategy. I'm going to say strat guide. Score takes in multiple rounds. We can obviously test more than 2, but honestly, making it, since we knew the implementation, I think it was fine just going for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we want to do now? Another test, one refactor. To be honest, I don't like using like a for loop in this case, because then we have to have this unnecessary total score scope, which then, the alternative here is you could do a map reduce. But it's also fine.
The only thing I don't like, I think, is these 2 lines. I don't know why. I think they're low value that we could just inline them.
Yeah, we could do that. We could even extract a little method that, given around, score it.
Just a private method? You want to extract that?
Yeah. I think it's, you know what? I think in one part, round 0 doesn't make any sense that it's opponent input, but I agree that this, like, it doesn't need to belong in this method. So yeah, why don't we extract that as a method, 10 through 13. Hopefully it doesn't try to take total score in as a parameter and do weird, scary things. Oh, you know what? Extract variable on that. Yeah.
Yep.
You missed total score though.
I don't want total score, right? I think I just want the round because this is the method.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that actually. Cool.
And this should be a round. That's what. Oh, and yeah, we're having some naming problems. So this is a round. And this is. I'll come up with something in a second. So we'll say.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to make it work. Honestly, the thing we're passing in is like a line of the strategy guide. Why don't we use that name? Because that's not the domain name.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice little change. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. And now I even inline that.
Inline these
two? So I think in that case, the reason why I don't like inlining it is there's no way for me to know that what is opponent input and what's our input. Temp, on the other hand,
you're saying
totally could be inlined.
Inline that. Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. Love that. And now I don't care about doing a map reduce. Totally fine. Party on.
All right. So this one is just extract method for clarity. You didn't push your last commit. It's all right.
I didn't.
That is all right. With that, though, I think that actually completes this one. I think we're scoring multiple rounds. If you want to write another test, we can to say that we do 3, because it is best 2 out of 3 technically.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm fine with that.
I'll let you write
scores. So I'm going to rename this test then to scores 2 rounds. And then just very well, we'll just copy the same test and do the same thing, but mind if we do 3 1-point games just to make it different?
Sure.
Since we have these constants, it's totally fine. So 1 point game, 1 point game, 1 point game, 3.
And
All
there you
right.
go, passes.
Yep. Let's get that real quick. Oh, did it not do it? Oh, I see. I try to type too fast sometimes. Okay. I think the next thing we'd have to do, I mean, we can pull up the discovery tree and take a look, but the actual problem statement does not give us, a JavaScript array of strings. It gives us a text file that is new lined per round. So we just kind of need to have that be the input. And it's pretty easy to convert a new lined array to this thing.
So let's mark that down on the.
Yeah. So like that A at Y, B, X, C, Z, that's exactly what we get.
In a file.
Well, I mean, we can copy and paste the text, the string in. So basically, sorry, it's a string. It's one giant string where every line is new lined. And there's no space between the two. Oh no, there is a space. So it's 3 characters on each line. Just to make it more fun, Can't have enough fun reading serialized strings.
Awesome. So I think that means we're here. I think we want to update our tree to be green here. We're now taking in multiple rounds, which is green.
Yep.
And now we're saying we want a new little leaf node. Oh, that did not do what I wanted to do. Of convert input into our into 2D array.
Yeah. Yep. Into like the strategy guide. Cool.
Just giving some space in case we want to actually make some more subnodes.
Yeah, totally.
It's fine by me. All right. So we'll go there.
Yeah.
Back to code. Do you want to write the first test or you want me to? Because I know you just wrote a test, but it was passing automatically.
I can write the test. Yeah. Do we want to do it under? We'll make our own separate describe. Or actually, you know what? I kind of want 8-point game, 1-point game, to be completely honest. Maybe we'll figure out where this lives. So it creates strategy guide from input. Because that's kind of what we're saying is this is our entry point. We just want to have a different way of creating it.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we have I don't know what interface we want, but you know what? I'm going to do something weird. Strategy guide from, so maybe a static method.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking what I was thinking.
Okay, cool. And here we can set this to a variable, the guide, and then we can just say expect guide to equal. It does, or no, deep equal. It'll actually do the deep equality. New strategy guide. Actually, now I don't want 1-point game. What, it's A and like X or something like that? Yeah, good enough. Oh, but it's 2 elements. Sorry. There we go. Okay, now we can define input. And then, yeah, sorry, I was just about to make a pass. So I'm so cool, and it's failing. It fails everything. That's the best test.
Yeah, because it fails to compile. It's funny is because I guess our prettier didn't.
Oh, the constructor arguments. It needs to be wrapped in another array. That's why.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Yeah, we're going to create method from. I really don't like the word input here.
Yeah, I didn't know what to call it. Call it whatever you want. Guide as
Input,
string.
and input is fine for now. Yeah, but I like guide as string.
Yeah, guide as string is the honest answer of what that is.
So we want to say return new strategy guide,
Yep.
and then I can just be
Yeah, you can be cheeky.
look at
Nice.
that passing test.
Cool.
So commit this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Simple hard coded case of reading input and file of processing input we get from file. All right, so now we want to do triangulation test.
Yep.
So AX, I'm just going to do the same thing, like that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And we should be able to say this. And I believe this is the same thing here. So we should actually be able to say 8-point gain. Or no,
It
we're
is,
doing
but
AX, not AY. Okay.
yeah. That the same point, I think, just because we're directly like if we hide that from the test, it gets a little confusing. I think I'm okay with this little bit of duplication because it's kind of showing the cool. Yep, and it's saying that that array does not have both of them. Sweet.
All right. That's your go.
Okay, so I mean we can do this again, which I'll do for 2 seconds just to prove that that's what we need to do. AX.
No, it fails the first test now.
Exactly. Perfect. So now we can actually say const array equals rename this real quick. Guide as string.
And split on new line.
Yeah, split on new line. And then dot map. I'm going to say round as string. And we want to do round as string split on space. And then we'll see what this is because I think that's it.
And then WebStorm is saying it's going to be a two-dimensional array right there, so that makes us feel decent.
I like this one. Expect object guide to deeply equal object guide. All right, show me the difference.
Ooh, the first split is giving us an empty.
Oh, that's because there's not supposed to be a space there. So actually, that is. Yeah. I know in our brains we see the space there, but actually there won't be a space there. So that works. So I'm going to commit, and then maybe we can talk about if we want to refactor this. Convert string into 2D array. End quote. Okay. Do we want to refactor anything? What do we call call it guide? Want to rename this to guide?
Yeah.
Just the variables are the same. And I was like, we could inline that, but it would look crazy. Honestly, here's how crazy it looks if we inline it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that actually. I'm actually okay with that because it's really not doing much, you know. I'm okay with that. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other thing I would say is this is a static factory method. I know method order does not matter, but I feel like it should go closer because it's more cohesive to the constructor. So just put it up there. Nothing to do with it being static, in my opinion, but it's a creation method that is coupled to the constructor.
Yeah, because if we change the constructor, we'll have to change this too. So it makes sense.
Yep. So put them next to each other. All right. Move up factory method and inline. All right.
I actually think I'd want to inline the two guides on those tests. I think that would be okay and still readable. So inline needs. Maybe not. It's a little bit long.
It's a little too off the line,
Yeah.
but
Cool.
cool. I think we're done. Should we try throwing the advent of code input in there and see if it's correct?
Sure.
All right. There. I've got it up on this tab on my computer. Open back up pop. So here, I'm gonna put it just because this thing's kind of gross. It's gonna be very big. Honestly, do you want to here? Let's make a new file for this thing. It's very big.
Nice.
I'm just gonna put it in separate files. We don't have to look at it.
You want a
TypeScript file. Yeah, just a separate TypeScript file. Input advent of code input. Export const advent of code input.
Oh, that was a fun copy.
Okay. How do I make it so it doesn't do that? So it's that, but I want it wrapped in a. Actually, is it able to replace with template string?
Join concatenated string literals. Maybe try that third one. I think that's what you want.
That's totally, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, that line goes. Yeah. Okay. Here, since I did the last refactor, do you want to do the last test just using that variable?
Sure.
Or we can close it real quick.
It's just going to be this, right?
It's just going to be that, yeah.
So it creates strategy from, we'll just say AOC, but
Yep. And we're going to see what it scores. We'll see if it's correct.
so const guide is equal to strategy guide dot from AOC input. And then we just want to say expect guide dot score.
Yeah.
Do they tell us what it should be?
Nope. Just put in 0 and we'll see what it is, and then I'll paste its value into the website. Oh. Cannot read property is rock.
So
Interesting. Yeah. Wonder what's going on
so it
there.
looks like we try to score, we get total score, we win, and we ask if it's rock versus scissors. And if it's rock versus scissors, we cannot read is rock.
Interesting. Maybe pull up the input real quick. Let's see if maybe we had a assumption or something. CCBA.
Yeah, then I'm seeing X and Z and Y.
Yeah, and those are the only characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's been a good billion years. Can we look at our shape conversion thing? Shape conversion logic?
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant the test code. Oh well, it's right there. ABC. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. It's saying rock, so A and X. You know what? Actually, it's probably pretty easy. To figure out what line in this input is the one causing the failure. Because we know it's rock.
Mm-hmm.
Can you open up the advent of code input again? Rock is A and X.
X.
So honestly, just yeah, I mean, delete everything but CX and see if it works. And see if it has the same failure. Basically, we want to isolate like what's causing the issue here.
So we're just thinking that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not that one.
We
I'm
already did
wondering if
CX.
look for something with A.
There's BX. So here's the first A.
Yeah, let's do the first A. So let's do up to there. Nope. Okay. Actually, the nice thing is that because this is a line, you can kind of just pick. We can like binary search which one's the one causing it. And then we can write the smaller test we want. Yeah, maybe go right there. Okay, sweet.
I wonder if it's because it's ending on a new line. It's because we're ending on a new line.
Oh, it's because we're ending on a new line.
There you go.
See, there we go.
So that means we just, if this is the actual input of the inline, then does that mean that we actually need to do something here of like, what is it?
Just do filter.
Dot slice
You can
one?
actually just do filter if there's any filter out empty lines. I think that's more like you can just do a dot filter blank line.
I'm gonna write a test for it first.
In this, let's write the test. Let me look up JavaScript filter empty line string.
And we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna say slash in, and we're in a broken state. I'm gonna ignore that strategy, the actual input while we're doing this.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, look, it doesn't equal. So if we click to see the difference, yeah, look at that. Look at that
It is there.
wonderful.
Okay, cool. Well, that's terrible. Love that. Yep. So you could just do a filter and just check if it's a
I
blank
really
line,
just feel
basically.
like it's always going to be the last one. Like this is so. Why do we
Okay.
not want this is simpler?
Then go for it. Yeah. I think splice -1 is getting the first element out. I don't know.
Actually, it is killing everything but the first one. Okay. Okay. We'll do a dot filter.
Yeah, filter's easy. Just say s does not equal empty string. Yep. Just filter out empty lines. Nice.
Run all of the tests.
This is kind of like an input validation on line 11. But, okay, cool.
So get dot get in filter out empty. But I know I'm committing an ignored test now, but that's okay. But we
I mean,
should
yeah,
be able.
it'll fail otherwise. 533. Honestly, put that in the thing, and then I'm putting that in the website right now. 533. Submit. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I don't think I got the whole string. This string looks a lot bigger. Give
Nice.
me 1 second here.
It's all right. I'm going to ahead and push the.
It is freezing up on me here.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. I wonder if oh, there we go. Okay. I think it was probably the we're using pop and the giant string. Okay, so join. All right, now let's run that test.
And if you look too, I don't think it ended in a new line.
No, it is the same. Okay, interesting. I wonder if hold up. Because this seems a lot longer than when we joined it,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it is. Yeah, it's 1,600 lines long. Yeah, that's crazy.
Here, I just run the test.
There we
Yeah, that's a
go.
lot different. All right. Again, the reason why we put that in a separate file was let's make it as gross as possible. Let's just leave it the way it is. Um, where's that? Where's the? Oh, it's just click the failing test. What am I doing? Here we go. That's a lot bigger. Okay. Because I put in 533 and it said it was wrong, and I was like, it seems kind of weird. Okay, sweet. We have the right answer. Now we've got part 2. Let me paste this into the Miro.
Yeah, we can do Miro. So there's a part two. So we're saying 1384 is correct.
Yeah, it's totally correct.
All right.
So I'm
So
gonna
I'm going to check
grab.
in while you do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally.
switch to,
Is there a way to
let's look
make
at
this
part two.
background color? Here we go. Let's give it like a. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I can read that. Okay, cool. So I will narrate it. The elf finished helping with the tent and sneaks back over to you. Anyway, the second column says how the round needs to end. X means you need to lose. Y means you need to end the round in a draw, and Z means you need to win. Good luck. The total score is still calculated in the same way, but now you need to figure out what shape to choose so the round ends as indicated. The example above now goes like this. In the first round, your opponent will choose rock A, and you need the round to end in a draw. Y, so you choose rock. Oh, this is cool. Okay. This gives you a score of 1 plus 3 equals 4. In the second round, your opponent will choose paper B, and you will choose rock, so you lose X with a score 1 plus 0 equals 1. Third round, you will defeat your opponent's scissors with rock for a score of 1 plus 6 equals 7. Now that you're correctly decrypting the ultra top secret strategy guide, you would get a total score of 12. Following the elf's instruction for the second column, what would your total score be if everything goes exactly according to your strategy guide? So now we're basically, it's the same input that we already have, that giant scary thing. But the last 3 symbols mean something different. Cool. Okay. This sounds like a nice little tweak. So how do we want to start this?
I think we would want to. Hmm,
I think with it being a big problem statement, why don't we slice it up to the essence of what the problem difference is, which is given like we want a different form of round, I think. Or like without even thinking about how we hook into our could today's logic, we want to basically have the ability to give in an opponent's input, and then if we win, lose, or tie, we want to know what that shape would be. So why don't we do that first? Oh, I've got an idea for how we compose all this, but let's do that first because then I think we'll draw to the same conclusion. It's like determine shape. And then wire it into our logic after. And we'll figure that part out after.
it's probably that, yeah.
Yeah, everything else is
Okay,
the
we'll
same.
start there.
Like,
Okay, I'll mark it orange just to
yeah. Here, I'll
keep
add
us
the
honest.
wire up
Plate
into.
one.
Oh, I like the two different lines. I think that makes it more fun.
It is really interesting how that. There we go. How Mural attempted to do
You're no fun.
that. Okay,
Let's do
so
it. The determined shape will be fun.
are we thinking this is a strategy guide thing? Or are we
Honestly,
thinking
why
lower
don't we
level
just
strategy guideline?
we can just figure out let's just write a global method before because composition is going to be the challenging part here. How do we get it back into our logic? We have a lot of nice patterns, but let's just do the essence of what's different first, and then we'll figure out how to wire it in
Yeah,
because it's
so
more of a composition problem.
determine the correct play based on strategy.
Yeah.
It should, is it win with Y or is it lose with Y? I want to pick,
So yeah, let me read it again. X means you need to lose.
yeah, it
Y
should
means you need to draw, and Z means you need to
loses
win.
with X. So you draw with Y, you said,
Yes.
and you win with Z. And I can't do the keys that I want to do. So we're saying that we're going to say comp shape to play is
Yeah.
equal determine shape. And I like the idea of doing this,
Oh,
passing it
just doing the
around.
input. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we can start up
because
there.
we need there, right? Because we need a, or we either need that or we need a shape. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Either
And
way is fine.
so expect shape to play, and we want this to equal. And so A
It's
is
rock.
rock, and X we want to lose. So rock beats scissors, right?
Yep. So it'd
So we
be
want shape dot scissors, not length, scissors.
yeah.
And there you go, a failing compilable build.
Oh, I don't want it there. Okay. Round as array. Okay. Or it does some weirdness. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, cool.
Want to commit? I do know that we have two tests there that are empty, but I think it was easy to do the three cases at least to note them. So we don't have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah. It makes it so we have a way to remember what's X, what's Y, and what's Z. But okay. Do we want to keep just doing the loses with X first before we do draw and win?
I like expanding that test. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't even make its. I think it's all of these lose with X. So I think you could
Okay.
just copy paste
In
and,
that
because
case,
then it's just B and C, right? You're just
I'm
adding
gonna
B,
do
C.
that if that's okay.
Yeah. So change that to B.
Well, actually,
Let's
we'll do
see.
one at
B is scissor, or B is paper, and paper loses to scissors.
oh, you're right. Scissors.
No, we need to lose. We need to lose. So yeah, we need to be rock. You are right. I'm
Okay.
thinking the opposite. We lose, not they lose. Yeah.
There we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Boy. we need this now. I
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I'm
want
saying.
that.
Maybe we instead start off with our input is shapes,
Well,
but I guess it's like,
it's one shape and one string, right?
yeah. I mean, we could do that. Why don't we just let's make the input what we want it to be. So first parameters, opponent shape. Yeah, let's make the interface we want. And then our input.
Uh, Honestly, no. If we're gonna do that, to me, it's
Oh, okay. Yeah. Make another interface. Yeah, love it. Or enum or map or
yeah.
whatever the hell we did.
It would be this. So win,
When is
lose. Yeah.
yeah.
So this becomes shape dot rock. The test
Yeah,
result
the
dot
tests are much easier to
lose.
read now. Yep. Love it.
And then shape dot scissors. Replace result dot lose.
Cool.
Wait, scissors does not beat rock. Rock beats scissors. So this has to
You're
be
right.
paper.
So then it would be,
Paper.
yeah, we can just do paper there. Yep. That's the other nice thing about this. We don't care about, yeah. Cool.
So I kind of want to comment this out just to make sure that's a big refactor here. Okay, still passes with this.
Sweet.
All right, so if opponent is rock
Yep.
and the result is lose, we're going to return we want to
A,
lose. So this is scissors.
yep. And then just for the sake of making the other test pass, just change that the outside return to shape.rock. And that way we can at least get to green, commit, and then we can refactor to our heart's content.
Um, so we'll do the last expect here.
Yep.
So if we get scissors and we want to lose, that means we need to get paper back. Cool. I think it's your turn.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm just gonna do the simplest thing. Oh, yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
that, and then return shape dot. Hell, is it paper?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right.
Yes, I prematurely, I guess, added the is lose block.
That's okay. Finish, lose, determine shape. Yeah, I think this interface is nice. Okay. What do we want to do next? Do we refactor? Do we want to start doing the next block and maybe that'll make the pattern more apparent? Kind of what we want to refactor out.
I see the pattern in my head that I would like, but we don't have any tests to determine it, so I think this is okay to do a tie.
Okay. Draw with Y. Um, it says determine with X, draw with Y, win with Z. We're not actually even using X, Y, Z anymore. Do we want to rename these tests real quick to just determine shape for loss, determine
Mm-hmm.
shape for win? Okay. Tie or for draw. And then okay, so now yeah, just to make these basically I don't know why I did all three. We're gonna just do one first. Determine shape, tie, draw, sorry. And rock, and that would be rock.
These are easy. I don't have to think about which one wins.
Yeah.
That one actually, I
Oh,
think,
and
is
that
falling
passes.
through.
Woohoo! All right, let's see how much our luck will keep shaping up here.
There.
Aww. All right, go for it.
So we were passing in paper.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah. Now why don't we do like what we want? Our if statement that we can kind of have a little block for just result dot lost or whatever.
Yeah.
Requested
So,
result.
yeah, I want to start with, yeah, if requested result is equal to request result dot draw. And then inside that, if opponent shape
Yep. Is paper is the one that we just did.
is paper, return.
Shape that paper.
Actually, no. No.
Turn opponent shape.
Yep.
Yep, that's pretty smart. Good call. We already triangulated it technically. Sweet.
Yeah. So that's a commit. But I feel like we already know the next one's going to win. Are you
Yeah, dude, just do it. Yeah, go for it.
scissors? Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's
As I said, this is the fun part. And then the composition is a little fun problem, but I think I've got a good idea once we get there.
Cool. Finish determining for death.
Sweet.
And then
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna just do the one.
Yeah.
Determine shape. This will be win. And with rock, we want paper.
Paper. Okay.
There you go. Extra expect.
All right.
Aha! We didn't get that one for free. We could also ignore this, and if you wanted to refactor the loss into an appropriate block as well.
I think I like the idea. Let's get all the code in place and then we'll refactor.
Okay.
In this case,
So,
it's very easy to just add above it.
Can we yeah, once we get this green, I'm ready to move it because now we're scrolling between test and
What, you're saying the production code should be in the test code? Yeah, that's a good call. I actually was just like, scroll up. Sorry. Which one is it? You know what?
we did rock. So we want to win with paper.
Shape that rock. We're just gonna start off with that then.
Shape paper.
Oh yeah, because we gotta win.
They give rock and we want to win. Yeah.
Okay. Just commit. Win with paper. I didn't push. Export. Hey. There we go. Where does this live? I don't know, right here.
Yep. Oh, we didn't probably have to move the enum too.
There we go. And then we just got to do some imports. Okay. Move, determine shape to prod file. Okay. I will write the next failing test, unless there's another refactor you'd like to do.
Nope, we said we would finish the win and then refactor.
Okay. Paper's the next one, which scissors win. All right, take it over.
I actually, I'm thinking of a really cool refactor that I'm hoping we get to see here. You did stick it in the middle of the
Oh,
file
yeah, I stuck it right in the middle. Yep. I said, how about right here?
If opponent shape, that is, which one did you do? Paper?
Yeah.
Return shape dot scissors.
Yeah. See, oh, we're getting a lot of value out of our shape class right now. This is great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's so much nicer to
Awesome.
say is scissors rather than triple equals other enum value.
Win for paper. And so then we're going to do this. And rock, paper, scissors. And to do scissors, we want arguments.
We want arguments. Okay.
I feel like that's how you win with scissors, is you just throw arguments at it.
All
There
right.
you go, sir.
Yep. Dupe is rock. No, wait. Other way around. Is scissors rock. Okay. Um, so at that point, we've finished this method. So finish implementing determine shape. But yeah, it's definitely dirty. What you want to refactor?
Well, I'd like to refactor the bottom to if is lose. To do another if lose to make it look exact kind of the same.
So the one question I'd say is if it's not win, if it's not draw, then it has to be lose, right? So could we just imply that it's lose? And just get rid of this?
We could, but I don't feel like it. I think I don't want those to live. I do kind of want them to live, but I think I'm going to extract the inner blocks into methods so that it reads a little bit nicer. Is the
Okay,
direction I would be heading.
let me just do what you ask instead of so I think the problem is we're just gonna have to return something outside. So this return as rock's gonna have to live there.
No, because you can just say return shape on that, right? Because they all three return. And oh, because they're not else's probably is why.
Well, because you have three ifs, and what if the request result's not one of the three? That's what I was saying. Like we don't need one of the blocks. We could just have draw be the one at the bottom because it's the simplest.
I like
But
that
I don't
idea.
know. Okay, so let's do that then. So I'm gonna move this into here.
Yep.
And
And
now I'm
then
going to move this down. I can't run the tests in between these two steps. And now I'm just going to delete that and do that.
mhm.
Okay. One thing I'd like to is I think having braces here is
Yep.
not needed. And then I actually wonder if I know this is nit, but why don't we make it look exactly the same? Do we like that or no? Do we care? I don't think we care. Okay. Do you want to do extract blocks? So we can say here, restructure, determine shape. Okay.
Hmm.
Want to extract those blocks?
They're so simple. I mean, I kind of want to just because I see a 10 line long method or 12 line long method.
Let's do it. Here. Okay, if I could maybe select the right things, maybe. Global, we could say determine shape
Winner.
for
Just determine
win.
winning shape. How about winning shape? Determine winning shape.
Losing shape. And then I know this is like overkill, but I right now I have no clue why it says return opponent shape there. Drawing doesn't I know this is overkill, but I kind of like it because then at least we are revealing our intent here.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, let me look at that. Win, loss. Sweet. I like that a lot. So commit. Extract. Smaller methods for each shape
After this
determination.
commit, do you want to experiment with one of those ifs to see if the losing of the curly braces makes it better or worse?
Oh, yeah, yeah. That probably makes it better. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah. I've been driving.
Prettier wants to make it a new line anyway.
It's fine, but there's no braces though, so you still end up saving a line. I'm good with that. I've done a whole turnaround on like, do I like braces on if statements? Because really, to me, what that means is I shouldn't have. I should have the logic of what happens inside the if statement somewhere else. So I actually really like not having braces on if statements because it forces me to kind of want to have one line methods like this. So this is nice. Cool.
Cool. All right, so now we just need to plug it in.
We need to
Right?
compose it. And you said you had a cool idea, and I had a cool idea, and it's probably the same one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna count down to 5 and then say our idea at the same exact time. And it's probably the
Okay.
same idea. Ready?
I don't have an
5.
idea for this. I had an idea for how this method looked for. So,
Oh, okay. Here's my idea for how this all works. Again, if we go up to strategy guide is our entry point. Strategy guide takes in, you know, a guide, and then what is the method at like when it actually calculates the score? Get
is the
round. Can we
score.
open up
Yeah.
can we open up get round real quick? 2 round. Can we open up 2 round for a sec? Oh, we have a strategy guide line class.
Yeah.
And all it's doing is constructing a round object.
Yeah.
So really, this is where we want to change it. This strategy guide line.
Hmm.
So what I was thinking is we already have all the same logic. We could basically just wrap this, like have a different implementation of this. That is, the left hand's the same, but the right hand calls our determined shape object
Hmm.
because round takes in 2 shapes, and then everything else works the same.
So we're thinking this round, 2 round, is going to change. That it would actually take in our opponent input and then it would take in our converted result. Or actually, this our input would just be,
Determined shape, opponent shape.
yeah, but then we have to convert this string of AX to, so this actually becomes then
Oh
an
yeah,
input
which we
shape
could have
map.
a. Yep.
This actually becomes,
But instead of mutating this, I'm thinking, why don't we create another version of this, and then we can just put it in? Because strategy guideline basically has an interface, 2 round. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Even if we manually change it, instead of using something like a factory pattern or whatever, or like a composition pattern, um, I think at least it's very easy to show that, hey, here's how you can score it normally, or here's how you can score it with the other change.
Okay.
Um, so
This is your
why don't
idea,
we?
so I'll be typing. Yeah.
Yeah, we could TD. Why don't we TDD ourselves a new strategy guideline? And this one, I mean, I'm going to read the thing again. Um, um, okay, so this is really stupid, but they call it the ultra top secret strategy guide. Why don't we call it ultra top secret strategy guideline? Because
And
that's
then
what they.
so the strategy guideline for us is just the just secret strategy. So then we have the ultra
Yeah,
top secret,
yeah, 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 yeah. This is the secret one. Oh my God, we're gonna hate this.
secret strategy guideline.
But to
Okay.
be fair, our domain expert, the elf, has told us that this is what it's called.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with the product domain expert.
All right. So I'm gonna do that small commit of rename
Yeah.
strategy guideline to be secret strategy guild line guideline.
Guild line.
Oh, apparently I
Oh no,
messed
the
up the
space.
space on the M. Yeah, put the space in the wrong spot. Okay, so now I think we want to say describe the ultra top secret strategy guideline.
Guild
Guild
line.
line. I really want to make a guild, apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna create a
No, it's
round
kind of the first
object.
test. Yeah. Like we don't need to retest our scoring. We just need to test that the rounds being created correctly. Ultra
New
top secret strategy.
ultra top secret. So many words.
Strategy. Guide. Line. Move. That. Bus.
I just want to create the class so that we can not have to type that ever again.
You know what? Put on the right too before we start scrolling. Perfect.
Export. And should we actually
Export an interface?
yeah.
Yeah. Guideline. Strategy guideline. Oh, baby. Never mind. We're writing the factory method. Okay. Love it.
This will give us the same. Oh, it's not this, damn it, it's implements. I'm thinking of other languages.
Uh huh. You think the same. Yeah. Okay.
You think different languages write the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's at least compilable.
It is.
Other
Return
than
undefined. You just return new round.
I can't just
And
return
now
the
that
round.
needs something. I mean, you can just put a you need something there. Or shape.rock, shape.paper. We'll start off with that. Or shape. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Love it. Okay.
All right, so
Cool.
now if we actually read this test, we're saying A and Y is
So I'm pulling up this thing again. Let's start off with the losing one, and X is to lose. So can we do A
all
and
right.
X?
Yep.
And can we rename the test to be called it creates losing round object? Just to make it very, very clear.
I was actually thinking this.
Oh yeah.
Because then I can, if I do
Yeah,
this
I'm good
and
with it.
uh,
Oh, you don't like magic strings, do you? Hmm. How dare you?
so if we want to lose and we're giving it rock, we want losing would be scissors, right? I don't know what to name this.
Create correct round. Fine. Create round. You have the describes the real part, so create round. Like that's fine. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
but
we
I'm
need to
trying to think of.
we don't need I don't think we need what 9 tests, right? Like I think we only need 3. The losing one, the winning one. Like determine shapes already testing all the combinations for losing, winning, and draw. I feel like all we need to do is just test that each one of them, you know, it does the conversion or whatever.
Okay, well, you have a failing test, so
Yep,
time to implement your ultra super secret.
done. So you
Damn
didn't
it.
finish your sentence because the noun is so long. Okay. Yeah.
Commit.
Start to implement. Ultra top secret super uber cool strat guide. All right. I still like, even if there's only one test in the describe, if you're cool with that, like I feel like we don't need three.
Well, let's go with don't need three for now, and we'll see how we feel about it after.
Yeah, totally.
And change
There we go.
losing input there then to drawing input or draw
Oh,
input. You did change
well,
it to
that
Y, but
probably be a good idea. All right, go for it. There we go. Beautiful.
beautiful little hacky hard code till we start to see
Yep.
our pattern. Uh, basic draw logic for top secret strat. Nice.
Cool.
So you're not doing what I want to do. I'm going to duplicate. We're going to say win rounds. Win input Z, and if they give us rock, we want paper.
Sweet. Okay. At this point, we've got triple triangulation, the true triangle. So why don't we? I feel like we just actually implement this. I mean, we can do the we can or yeah. I mean, like we know for now that the end. I'd say why don't we move this thing out? We want. I mean, we don't have a reason for that yet, to be honest. Okay, never mind. Our input.
Which is why I think we're
Yeah.
trying the more tests. But I'm actually happy to, I mean, yeah, if we want to share that and it be in a good way, we could move from interface to abstract class.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, I feel like abstract classes are always a bad idea, but
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, it's easy to just move the map up. I'd actually say it's less work to just move the map up and just have them both use it. So we could just do that. I
move
don't
the
think this
map up
really
as
is a
in like just a
competition.
public global constant.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Okay.
Because that's a
Hard
functional approach.
code. Win round. Yeah. So at this point,
I feel like exposing the map is breaking like some object orientedness, but that's fine. It's a small
well,
example.
it's if you think about it though, I mean, if anything, actually, here's a better way of what I was saying is instead of exposing the map, why don't we expose the function? There's really a function here, which is get opponent shape. And yes, internally it's using a map and a get, but that way then we're just exposing a function. It's not breaking any encapsulation. And that way they can
Okay,
just both kind of use it.
fine by
But
me.
again, we don't have any like you're saying, we everything's rock, so we could just put one test maybe and then force it to do that.
Yeah.
Um, I have no clue what's the next one. Let's read our map. Oh, it was B. Whew. And then paper, we want to lose, so it's going to be
Rock.
rock. All right. Go for it. But maybe first, if we make the map public.
So move this up is all you want?
Yep.
Out
And then
of
just
the
change
class?
private with Constantinople.
So just show that we still only have that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we can
And
export
then
function.
in the global, get opponent shape.
Yep. It's a little more functional.
Yep, and I don't like it.
So yeah, we can just say opponent shape.
Opponent shape equals get opponent shape. Opponent input. We have that.
Okay.
And then const our shape is going to now be what? Determine shape.
Determine shape, opponent shape, and our input.
Well, it's a string, so we need to go.
Oh, we need to make a map for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
let's
this one? So it's not an input shape map, it's something else because it's going to be requested result dot x
Lose.
is lose.
It's lose, draw, win.
They're all going to be lose. Draw.
Now it's like reality. You just always lose no matter what happens.
Yep. This dot our shape map, terrible name, we'll refactor it in a second. Our
Yeah,
input.
that's fine. Let's get a green first. Okay. And then it's probably just mad because it doesn't know what type that.
Yep.
That's fine.
And then we want to return opponent shape and our shape. Oh no.
Our shape map. X : result.
I really do think it's the same thing, so I think I want to do this. Input.
Request result map.
Request result map and request result. And we'll give it that type.
Line 74.
Thank you. No.
Spotlight. Okay, we run that. Yay! It's crazy that our test might actually be like mad if TypeScript compile fails. Interesting.
I wonder if that's a Mocha Chai thing rather than.
I think it is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it in. So me and Adam have been writing some stuff with Jest, and there's a way to make it work with Jest. I remember looking at that, but it just wasn't worth the effort. But this works out of the box. I like Mocha Chai better as a framework anyway. Put that on the record.
I haven't liked it in the sense of our deep equals. I think their expect failures are worse. It's like you said, we saw it today. Expect deep equal object to equal deep equal object. Like you can hit the comparison and it actually prints out what you want. I just don't wish it's an extra click I don't want to push. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're at 137 lines with a bunch of classes. I kind of want to do a lot of moving here too. I'd like to do some.
Yeah. Let's do some moving. I think it's probably a good idea.
So this is implement the ultra super secret with final logic. I mean, I'll do this really quickly. Just move around should be fine. It doesn't need anything. A bunch of those things determine around, but I don't think I care. And I like this. I like moving these strategies. So strategy, get opponent shape, map, and ultra. Like moving all of these things. Maybe even
Yeah, let's move
determine
the
shape.
strategy guidelines to their own. Yep, I like that idea. And then
Oh
you
dang,
can
that
even
moves
move
everything.
request results, and it's moving everything, isn't it?
It is moving everything. So let's not.
Well, no, let's move everything, and then we can move it all again if we want. You know what I mean? Pick a cohesive. Um, yeah, let's just do that, and then take request result because that one is 100% coupled to that, and then input the two interfaces above it. Let's start off with that.
I actually think this is the interface too, isn't it? That's the strategy guide interface.
No, the strategy guide
Oh
interface
yeah.
is not coupled to line. So
Yep.
try moving that and see what happens.
Slightly better.
Yeah, there's
And
just a
I
bunch
do
of
think
interfaces.
the one thing is, yeah. So index should have our strategy guide, which is our top level object. And then, yeah, so I think the last move here is just the determines into its own file.
Yeah, I like that idea. Cool. Look at us
So now we
making.
have index that just has our strategy guide, which is our top level object, which I like. We then have a determined shape, which I totally want to
Yeah,
reorder
it's really just that.
because I want the name of the file function to be first.
Yep.
And we do
If
like
not
newspaper
using.
style, so we say determined shape, determined winning shape is the next function we run into, which would be the next function we read.
Yep, I like this.
And
Draw ships within.
cool. So our secret strategy guide, we have some types. This isn't super secret strategy, but that's okay. Where's the interface? And the interface definitely needs to be moved up. Yeah, this is looking slightly better.
Yeah,
I feel
again,
like this
better.
is the only odd one, but yeah,
Get opponent shape.
yeah. I don't know why it feels weird, but it feels weird. All right, I'm gonna run tests. I did a lot of moving. All things are passing, and then round is strictly just round. Just nice.
Nice. Mhm.
All
And again,
right.
if this was us actually not just like toying around with this and, well, honestly, just streaming, probably would have had all smaller files right to begin with. But especially with the test code, it's just going to get confusing if we have a bunch of files open all the time.
Yep. So move things for organization. There's a certain level of once we have like 4 or 5 classes in a file that my brain just starts to start determining where classes end and start. So this turned out to be,
Yeah.
we did a lot
I
more
prefer
object
to have
orientedness on
like
this.
billions of small files, but for the sake of not watching us try to remember what things are called, there's a little bit of a balance.
Yes. Yes, there is.
But cool.
All right.
Okay.
You want a factory method. How do we want to do? Do we just plug that in the strategy guide? And
So
maybe
really,
as
I
we
think,
construct the strategy guide, we tell it which one we want to use?
yeah. Why don't we just tell it what class to use under the hood? And I think before we even make a change, we could do this as a straight up refactor, because of every usage right now of strategy guide implicitly is using the regular strategy guideline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, we want to get rid of that keyword there, secret strategy guideline. So I actually think what we can do, I think you can pass around the keyword of a class. I know that's kind of weird.
Oh, you want to do like a symbol or something? I think
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
symbol.
wondering if you can do that. I mean, we can also just bring the new with it. Like it's not a big deal, but it would be kind of cool if you could just pass the symbol around. Can you see if you could just extract variable on the symbol? That would be probably the easiest way. Like, yeah, does that? I'm not sure if I've done this in JavaScript before. Yeah, totally works. So because they have the same constructor argument,
Yep.
kind of weird, but or
It's funny
you
that
know
it
what,
doesn't let
just
you.
take the new, just take the new. Like we'll just pass the new in. I feel like that's less weird and more applicable to for people watching this. So we're basically moving, what guideline do we want to use as a constructor argument to our actual strategy guide, so that we don't have to recreate everything because all the other logic is the same. Um,
So I think what I actually want to do then is a field.
yeah, and then you
This,
could say initialize in constructor. See how it says field declaration? I think you can say constructor there.
and this is the strategy guideline. And I think I just actually want to change this type to be a strategy guideline interface.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, I'm renaming. I don't want to rename.
And then you just have to
Oh, and
import
I don't think I need to export too. Man, I am messing up my.
it. That's okay. Perfect.
Move this up to where it belongs.
And now we're newing up there. And now if you do Command Shift P on that, yeah, it'll add it as a constructor argument. I make it an optional parameter just so we don't have to update all the tests.
Yeah, I don't think that
If we're okay
did
with that.
what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, so like what you just did just changed a billion tests, and now they're all broken too because using this. Can we when you do that, can you select the optional parameter?
So you're saying this and this.
Yeah. And then now we can like
Yeah,
it's
see,
doing some weird
this did
stuff. We
some
can
weird.
still fix it.
Yeah, I just feel like it's going to be simpler if I just right private strategy guideline,
Yeah. Go for it. Colon
and it's a strategy
strategy
guideline,
guideline.
and it's going to equal new secret strategy
Secret.
guideline, and then this
And
can
you
go away.
delete 12 and delete that.
Oh yeah,
You don't
let me
need that,
delete that.
yeah. Okay. So that was just a straight up refactor. We were just making it now so we can take that strategy guideline in. And now why don't we can write some tests against strategy guide. Maybe first a commit just because that was a pretty not a big move, but a good refactor. Had to export some stuff.
We keep saying strategy, and it makes me want to think of the actual strategy pattern. But I know we're not actually doing that. We kind of are, but
Well, in this case, the two lines are, in a way.
yeah.
They're two different complete scoring mechanisms. It's just the way we're composing it's
All right, I've been driving a
okay.
while. I can't remember if I wrote their last failing test or not. So if you want
Well,
to type
you
some,
can sure, yeah, I can read the next test, which should just work. But yeah, we can see. So I'm going to leave this test at the bottom just to make it more fun. Or why don't we create a describe actually here? We'll say with ultra top secret
strategy. Just say strategy. You don't even say guideline. Just say strategy. It's ultra top secret strategy.
strategy. Okay, see, I missed the strategy.
There you
Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's copy just the first test. Scores losing round with A is rock. A,
and then X.
X. And in this case, so you have to do the actually, you know what? Why don't we do the examples from the so then they're saying rock and lose, so the score should be 4. I'm just looking at the discovery tree. So
Yep.
4. And and then the other thing we need to do here is new ultra top secret strategy guideline. 3. Wait, did I read it wrong? Oh, no, the one I was just reading was draw, sorry. We'll just do the math. So A is rock, right?
Mhm.
All right. In the second round, your opponent will choose paper B and you choose rock. So you lose X with a score of 1 plus 0 equals 1. So paper, rock. So B. So I'm going to change that input to B. And then because we're choosing rock, which has a point of 1, the score should be 1. And it is. Okay. So yeah, I think we just use those examples just so
And
we're just
B
reading
isn't
the
rock, right? B is paper.
Yeah, B is paper. Yep. Okay.
So it feels
Yeah,
like
here I'll read out the thing. So then the draw example is rock A, and that has a score of 4.
So this would be Y.
Yep, A Y, and the score should be 4.
Hey, it's correct.
Okay, and then the winning round is scissors C, and we're choosing rock, so it's 7.
Hey.
Okay. Cool. And we're using their exact examples, so I think that's awesome that it just all works under the hood. All right. I think we commit and then run this same exact code with it's the same exact input we use. And we'll see what the score is, punch it in, and we might be done.
Using ultra top secret in strategy guide. So you want to using secret strategy, and then using ultra top secret strategy.
Yep.
And I think we want to say new.
Oh, and our from method does not take this in as a parameter, so you'll have to
do that.
Yeah.
Change that signature.
And then you want to change it so it's we had other tests using from, so we should probably
only had the one. Did we not?
No, we have 5+ usages. The problem is when you just change that, all the other tests are using new ultra. So if you run the test, they're probably gonna fail. Oh, we don't actually. You know what? We don't care. But it is kind of, yeah. You could just manually do it.
Yeah, I don't want to command Z all the way through. This is the ones we care about.
Yep, and I think calling it out specifically. Yeah.
Oh, you like the C, you like that one?
I think in this one instance, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. And now
so we're not failing here.
Yeah, and that's because we need to pass in as a second argument a strategy guide now.
Which tells me I actually want this to be a variable again.
Yep. Welcome back as a variable. You have one too many when. There we go. Perfect. Okay, 1 3 4 1 3 4 3 3.
So we did worse with our super strategy guide.
1 3 4 3 3. Okay. Yay! We've completed it. I just plugged it in.
Nice.
We got 1 gold star. Hooray! All right, cool. That was fun.
Get that git check-in dash m. So use strategy guide guild man when using AOC input.
Yep. Beautiful.
So just to do a recap of everything, right? We have 40 tests. Not too bad. We knew we could do a couple more tests. We skipped a couple of triangulation if we wanted to. But that's okay because we have lots of test coverage. We ended up with 1, 2, 3.
You just close round.
I did. 4. 5 classes.
Round result was also 1, so 6. You kind of, I think you hit like
yeah.
page up, page down.
Yeah. So we ended up with 40 tests, 6 classes.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of functional things that probably could have been classes depending on how you're doing stuff, but yeah.
Not terrible at all.
No, this is so yeah, again, when we do a little retrospective or whatever, recap, like you were saying. What I really like about the advent of code problems compared to, like your late code style problems is there's actually a little bit of like, it's a little bit closer to maybe some of the stuff you do out in the wild. You have a problem statement. It has maybe some domain keywords, and there's usually a little bit of, meat to the problem or like there's actually depth to the problem such that it makes sense to break out these small composable elements. And like we kind of just did when we had the second part of this advent of code problem, we really only had to implement 2 additional things to make it all work. And then extract something up to make it composable, where we took the strategy guideline, as a second argument now to our strategy guide. So what I like about if you actually are refactoring doing these problems, usually the next part's pretty easy because you're just recomposing what you already did and tweaking it just a tiny bit. But I
think this was really fun, and we got to play around with a lot of domain concepts and seeing how to split things out. And I really do like our shape class. I think our shape class is actually MVP. Being able to do the equals, the is scissors, is rock, is paper, made everything super easy, so that we didn't junk up our code with a lot of this, and it was all readable. So I'm going to claim shape is our MVP class for this.
Yeah, no, the shape class is it's funny how because I've definitely had people push back when trying to add methods like that, and it's just like, do you really want to see that line a billion times? And then it also comes down to like, if we change, which we did at one point, hand shape, I remember that used to be something called something else. We change that name, then that's going to impact multiple things. So here we're really encapsulating what does it actually mean to be a shape. I think it's really cool. I just like how, again, I think we were talking prior to starting streaming today, but I was like, yeah, we still haven't finished round 1 or the first part of the advent of code, but I bet when we get to the second part, it's a tiny tweak, and then we just recompose it with the logic we already have, and that's literally what it was. We didn't have to touch any scoring for all that. Determine what shape is winning or losing. And I think what was fun about this problem too is we did a lot of inside out TDD, where we start off with kind of like a small part of the problem and then work our way up to maybe where the actual public interface is. in this example, the public interface is that ginormous string that we put in a different file.
Mhm.
But like when we started the secret strategy guideline or the ultra top secret strategy guide determining shape, we kind of did a little bit of a not really outside in, but we started off with the actual string and kind of did things. So I think it was a nice little balance of both of those.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think out of all the little problems we've done together, this was my favorite one we've done just because it was again not challenging, but just had enough depth that we actually are able to like flex our design and refactoring muscles.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to spend some time looking at our next problem, or what else we got going for the day? Because we have a little bit more time together, but we can also end it here since we finished the problem.
I think with 20 minutes, I mean, we could look at, yeah, we could look at some other problems. I don't know if we need to do it on stream though. Maybe we could decide. Um,
Okay.
but
Then I guess we'll see everyone later, and thanks for watching. Sounds
yeah,
like we're wrapping up.
um, I think maybe the only other call out was we are planning on switching to a bi-weekly schedule for those of you just attending Twitch. Um, so we will be streaming not the next Sunday, but the following Sunday after that. And we will start a whole new problem and continue on with what we're doing. Maybe we can even switch languages. I think that might kind of be fun. You like Ruby, right?
Yeah, we could
I
probably
love
switch
Ruby.
languages at this point.
I haven't written Ruby in a while either, so I will be basically not knowing what's going on, and it'll be very
Me
fun.
neither. Me neither. So,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm kind of sick of JavaScript. There's other programming languages. Let's check them out.
Yeah. All right. So new problem, new language next week.
Yeah,
Next in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks all for watching. We'll see you all next time.